Pioneer Hockey is back again, and it's against a very hot team in Williams. They been on a heater as of recently, picked up 2 wins in their last few games against Hamilton, and then would sneak their way into the NESCAC Finals Championship and win it. So now it's the NESCAC champs who gave a thumped Hamilton down a spot in the MPI, and arguably should have been further because of it was a home loss, and other teams have been knocked further for home losses to teams that low ranked. Utica took a bigger hit than that when they lost to Geneseo once. They took a bigger hit than that when they tied Chatham at home. I don't know. The NPI is broken. But there's that game, and then there will be a couple other games around it. The 3 tonight. There will be one game that is at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. The rest, actually not the rest, but most will be at 7 o'clock, and 2 of them at 8. St. John's plays Aurora in Aurora at 3 o'clock. These are all Eastern. Number 12, Norwich. Number 15, Salve Regina at 7. Hamilton plays Newman at 7. Utica plays Williams at 7. The Salve game is in Salve. The Hamilton and Russell Sage Rink in Clinton. Utica obviously in the odd. UNE travels to St. Norbert to play the number 2 team. And Anna Maria goes to play UW-Stout in Wisconsin. So it's a nice weekend. Definitely an interesting weekend. And an interesting day, really. Looking at that bracket, it will be on one half you have Hobart on the Utica side waiting to face the winner of the St. Norbert and the University of New England game, which whoever wins that, which I think would be St. Norbert, is going to be a battle. It's going to be a hard-fought game no matter who gets through. And then on the other side is Endicott in the 2 seed, who they will be waiting for. Hold on, I lost it. I had it and then I lost it, and I'm mad that I lost it. Okay, they'll be waiting for the winner of the Aurora St. John's game, which I have a feeling is going to be Aurora. They've played some great games this year. They've beat Adrian 6 times now. They're scary. That's one team I'm glad is on the other side of the bracket if I'm a Utica fan. But they're going to have their own gauntlet if they win tonight. But Williams is not a team to be slept on. They have very efficient special teams. They're very good at getting them when you give them. So you can't give an inch or they'll take a mile. And then if they do win, they'll see UW-Stout most likely if the seeding holds. And then it would be Hamilton, not Hamilton. It would be Hobart in the Frozen Four. And at that point in the Frozen Four, it will be in Utica. But right now it's about Williams. It's about winning this game. And it's just about taking it game by game. So in this matchup, Williams, while their goals per game and goals allowed per game are 40th and 66th, respectively, with a 3.11 and a 3.59, their power play is 4th with a 28.95%, and their penalty kill is 12th with a 91.21%. So they're, like I said, there's somebody you have to watch on special teams because they'll make you pay, and that's something that you can't afford to do. Now, Williams also does not get in the box very much. Same case with Utica. So it could be a game where both teams stay out of the box, especially if Stripes let a lot go, like they did last game. Like the hold on a Geneseo player holding Husey. We're not going to talk about that. That one was a bad call, but that game's over now. The other thing to note is on the road, Williams, when they're outshot, are 1-4-1. They have I think they're above 500 when they're outshot at home, or like they're way closer to 500. But on the road when they're outshot, they struggle. They struggle hard. The Pioneers obviously have a good goals per game, good goals allowed per game, both top 20, top 15 really. Their shots per game is high, which can help lead to the outshooting of Williams, which is games they struggle in. They're 12-1-1 leading after one, and Ahern leads the team with 6 power play goals. But now it's the playoffs. Anything's possible. All it takes is one off game from somebody or an on game from another, and somebody's gone. The late season got really upsetty, so I'm really hoping there's more, just not against Utica, because anyone can win that St. Norbert game to go play Hobart. Norwich could sneak up on Salve because Salve hasn't played a very great schedule. They're bottom 5, if not bottom 10 now in the league in strength of schedule. I don't think Newman can sneak up on Hamilton, but Hamilton's been having a really, really rough end of the season, so Newman could at least give them a run for their money. I don't know if they're going to beat them. Obviously, Williams is hot and has upset potential, but they'd have to get on the board first and hope Utica doesn't play like they did against Geneseo, because if they do, I don't think there's much that can beat the Pioneers. If they play like they did against Geneseo, which was very lights out for most of that game. And then you have UW-Stout versus Anna Marie. That one I think is another one that there may not be a lot of upset potential, just because I think that usually it's the Western teams that are a little underrated by MPI, and that's what makes me a little scared of UW-Stout. Plus, looking into them a little bit, they're pretty good. So, there's upset potential here in the bracket. I'm hoping that somebody can pull it out that's not against Utica. It's probably going to be Curtin tonight, and the lines will probably look pretty much the same unless Jagger McClelland is pulled for Matthew McMillan, which is possible. Other than that, I see it staying pretty much the same on defense and offense with like the Serrato-Brighton line, which I am the biggest fan of. Will probably stay together. The tower line of, I think it was Hilfiger and Gockler. If not, it was one of those two with Brighton. Or not with Brighton, with Perrick. But it's just the line should be pretty much the same. At least I expect them to. It's just going to be about who shows up, who shows out, really, tonight. Anyone can do it. Any player can show up and just explode at the right time. It could be Gut, it could be Ahern, it could be Rogers has done it recently. It could be Kuznetsov. It could be Morse, who's been going all year. It could be Della Rovere, who's had some big nights. It could be anybody. It could come from anywhere. So it was Perrick and Hilfiger and Gurman and Gockler. That's a big line. But it could come from Longhe, who got bumped up to the Gut Ahern line, which I didn't really realize last game. I probably should have looked at that. It could be Husey. It could be Gullikson, who's had some games. It could be Lundy. It could be Vito. Like, anyone on those forward lines could just step up and just start firing on all cylinders. They've all shown that they can do it this year. It's just about, can they do it now? Can they do it when the lights are brightest and when everything matters that much more? I don't know. I'm confident, but I'm also very worried for an upset because that's been the tale of the postseason and the conference championships. Anyone going out drive safe. I think the snow has hopefully stopped. I hope. I was happy to see green, but now it's white again. About right for winter. About right for hockey season. And go Pioneers.